the discussion for setting. So, my first question is, so in this play, Arthur Miller is like really specific. You guys know, with his like setting descriptions. Like he has like at the beginning like this long of a paragraph just like describing how the setting will be, and that's actually pretty unusual for a playwright. Usually they leave it pretty ambiguous for like each director's interpretation. So why do you think that is?
Well, for me personally, I feel like when like you're reading it, and probably especially for like the audience where it is being performed as a play, the specific things like the light changes or whatever needs to happen so people can like differentiate easily between the present and the flashbacks, because he goes back and forth so often that if he wasn't that specific, it would start to get really.
Yeah, and the setting, like for me when I'm reading anything, I like to imagine it just so I can understand it better.
Right.
Like everybody in my mind has their own face, and I hope they look like in the play, like they look like in my head.
Right.
But it's way easier to understand what Arthur Miller is trying to write and what he's trying. Like the themes come out more with the specific lighting and the specific stuff like happening on the back scenes of the stage or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Like going along with that, there every single time Willie goes into a flashback, a flute sound is heard. Like there's a flute cue, and also a leaf lighting effect on the stage every single time. It's kind of just a comment, but like I think that's really interesting. So it kind of like brings like this repetitive. So every single time you like hear the flute, you know that you're going into a flashback. And the leaf like lighting effect, that kind of brings like a feeling of like the past and going back like fall. You know what I mean? So that's really cool.
Yeah, and I think the flute signifies for the reader as well as like the person watching the play, like it gets them ready to be in the past.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it makes them start like thinking like, I don't know, like putting the clues together, like why he needs that flashback.
Like, why is this important? Why is he having this flashback? Why is this important? Right. So I think Arthur Miller is really smart in his use of light cues, and it like at one part the lighting cue that was really cool was when he's in the kitchen with his wife, and then at a different part of the stage the light comes up and there's the woman, and he goes over to the woman, but the lighting is just soft enough on the wife that you see her that whole time he's having an interaction with her, which as an audience member and as someone who's reading it was like so like crazy, because she's right there. She's right there, and he's dreaming about this when she's right there. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Anyways, setting light cues.
You're so silly. We all like, poor gangster stuff.